this is Rick Prokop at Piano Power Lessons. Today we're going to look at putting the hands together with Runaway River. Before getting started on the keyboard, let's do some reading together. So the first thing we're going to do is just read the points where the hands synchronize, and that's on the downbeats of each measure. So we begin with C-E, just say that, C-E, now D-F, 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 and you're always reading up from the bottom, E-G, E-G, D-F, D-F, and then C-E, C-E, okay? And those are all tenths. Now we get to the sixth, so we have F-D, F-D, then we have E-C, E-C, that's another sixth, and then an octave, D-D, D-D. So let's just try going through all of the downbeats in the first 8 bars. 1, 2, 3. C-E, D-F, E-G, D-F, C-E, F-D, E-C, D-D. All right, now we're going to look at the measures where we have a combination of dotted half notes and quarter notes. And I'll do each one twice. So in the first measure, we have this. 1, 2, 3. C-E, D, C. C-E, D, C. D-F, E, D. D-F, E, D. Okay, down here on the second line, we have this. C-E, D, E. C-E, D, E. F-D, G, F. F-D, G, F. All right, let's try going through the first 2 lines together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. C-E, D, C. D-F, E, D, E-G, 2, 3. D-F, 2, 3. C-E, D, E. F-D, G, F. E-C, 2, 3. D-D. All right, let's take a look down at the keyboard. So what we're going to do is play the downbeats of the first 5 measures. So we'll have C-E, D-F, E-G, D-F, and C-E. And since they're dotted half notes, we'll give 3 pulses on each one of these tenths. So let's try. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Now we're going to do measures 1 through 5, and we're going to add the quarter notes. So in order to pull this off, we're just going to practice the first measure to the second measure and stop. So we have this, 1, 2, 3. We have the 10th, then we add the quarter notes, and we stop on the D-F. Let's try that again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we're going to go from the second measure to the third measure, from this D-F to this E-G, but we're going to add the quarter notes in the second measure. So it sounds like this now. 1, 2, 3. 2, to try again. D-F. Okay. Now we're going to play the first measure, second measure, and keep going since we've already done the third and the fourth measure, all the way to the fifth measure and stop. So we have this now, 1, 2, 3. Stop. And off. Okay, now we're at the second line, which is the fifth measure, and we begin on, remember, the C to E, and then the next stop is the sixth F to D. So we have to add the quarter notes now in the left hand. So it goes like this now, 1, 2, 3. And there's our sixth. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, stop. Okay? And then we go from the second measure in the second line to the third measure, which is this F, D going down to this E, C. And if we add the quarter notes in the left hand, we have this. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. Okay, and I'm bouncing 3 times on every measure just to keep my wrists nice and supple. All right, now we should be able to do that whole second line. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go out to the octave. That's it. All right. Let's try the hands together with a metronome on 72. First 2 lines. 1, 2, 3. All right, if you look at the third line, the first 2 bars are identical to the first 2 bars in the opening of the piece, so we don't have to practice them again. What we do have to practice is the third measure in of the third line, and that begins on an E and a G. And let's add the quarter notes in the right hand. So we have this E, G, eventually going down to this F, D. So we have this, 1, 2, 3, stop. Try that again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to go from that last measure of the third line to the G, E sixth on the fourth line. So we're going to go from this F, D to the G, E of the fourth line, but we have to add the 3 quarter notes in the right hand. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Do that again. All right, let's put them together from the E, G, which is the third measure of the third line. 1, 2, 3. And one more time. All right, let's try from the beginning of the third line to the first measure of the fourth line. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And finish. All right. right, so on the fourth line, we're left with the GE, the FD, and the EC, and we have to fill in the left-hand quarter notes. So let's practice just doing this. 1, 2, 3, and stopping, okay? So first measure of the last line to the third measure. Once again, 1, 2, 3. Stop. All right, and then let's go from that point, the EC, and just add the triad in the left hand. Remember, here's this triad that's arpeggiated. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3. And again. And you're always bouncing. Okay. 3 things you have to do to play the piano well. Play in time. Get a good sound on each note so that the sound is even from note to note. And then synchronize whatever notes appear vertically on the page together. And that's it. That's 95% of the job. All right, let's see if we can get through that last line. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And float off from your wrists. Float off from your wrist. So your fingers are just pointing down. All right. Third and the fourth line with the metronome on 72. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try the whole thing now together with the metronome on 72. 1, 2, 3. All right, now we're going to move the metronome up to 100, and that'll be the last stop for us this lesson. Please resist trying to play faster at this point. Trying to play fast is like a death sentence. I've done this all my life. And the system is set up where you go for lessons and you try to do things that you really can't do at the lesson. And very often the teacher, instead of encouraging you to play slowly and to play at a speed that you can play at, they'll say, look, just do this. See, it's easy. You know, you just move your hand this way, you make circles with your wrist, you do this and that. And yes, for the teacher it's easy, but it's not that easy for you. So going at a slow speed like this gives you a focus on every finger that you're playing. And that's what you need to do right now. More than anything else, you need to do that. Okay? So don't be in a rush to play fast. You get there by playing slowly, believe it or not. Okay? This may sound fast to you, but from the perspective of a single finger, it's not that fast. This G is just playing like this, right? It's not doing this. It's going boink, boink, boink. What's happening in that period of time, in that 1/12 of a second, there are three things happening. The finger's coming up, the finger's going down, the finger's coming up again. The finger is playing staccato. Okay? And we develop these fingers, these individual fingers, by playing slowly. You have to understand that. Okay? You just can't keep playing fast and hoping that everything will get better by turning your wrist a certain way. It's not going to happen. Okay? So be patient, and slowly you'll get better and better. So let's give it a try at 100. Let me lower this a little bit. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And that should do it for today. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. And thanks again for visiting me at Piano Power Lessons. I hope to see you next time, and have a great day.